Let me show you how you can set rotation. Let's say that it's going in this direction, like moving over. You could rotate it, set another key, and if you notice, when we started, we created a key on frame 1. So as we move to frame 15, the ball starts rotating, right, moving. But then in this case, we might need to just move the sphere to the side to give the illusion of the ball moving in space, right? So in frame 15, I set another key, and that way the ball moves to the side, okay? For this example, I'm just going to keep the ball in place so that you see it, going up and down, and show you how to do the stretch, which comes next. Halfway between those, frame 1 and 15, I want to start creating a little bit of stretch, and we're going to have to select the control in another viewport. So let's select this one here, the inner circle, okay, and then go back to our viewport. And now we can see the squash value. So somewhere here between frame 1 and 15, I want to get the stretch to start showing. So I'm going to make it 0.5. Let's see how that looks. Okay. Yeah, that's okay. So I'm going to set a key over there, and I'm going to go to frame 0, frame 1. If you notice, because we set a key on frame 8 and we did not have any initial keys set, that now it starts kind of looking like it's always stretched, right? So what I'm going to do is going to go to create a negative squash. So I'm going to put negative 0.5 to make the squash, okay? So negative values are going to create the squash, and positive values are going to create the stretch, okay? I'm going to make it even more noticeable, maybe 0.8. Yep, 0.8 sounds good. And I'm going to immediately set a key, press S, and I'm going to see what happens next. You see, it goes from squashed to stretched. Now the problem I'm seeing is that immediately that I see that my sphere is not bouncing on the floor anymore, so I need to select the outer controller and start editing that as I start the squash. So I just back on frame 1, I want to make sure it's touching ground, and press S again to update those keys so that the ball touches ground there, okay? And then as the sphere reaches maximum, I want to go back to normal position, okay? So what I'm going to do is, once again, choose my controller here, go back to this view, and in there I'm going to make the squash once again 0 and press enter, and on frame 15 still we press another key over there, press S to set another key. So now we have set 3 shapes for the squash position with the squash and stretch controller. Initial one is on squash, then it stretches on frame 8, and on frame 15 goes back to normal, okay? And then as it goes down, you can then do a little bit of maybe stretching, 0.5, no, stretching, 0.5. Instead of 0.5, let's make it 0.3 to make it less noticeable. And press enter is important, and I'm going to press S, and then it starts looking then at like it goes up, goes back, and then goes, which was the last frame we did? 30. On frame 30, we need to make it go back to normal. You see that it's still stretched. So on frame 30, let's go find our node again, go back to our side view, set that on frame 30 to 0 again, and press another key, S. Oh, 0, enter. You make sure you press enter. And on frame 30, press S. And now goes from stretch to normal, okay? You might want to do another squash in that position, so when we come back, we'll work on that.